Looks like it's time to go catch some Pokemon. Let's see here. I can get myself something like a Poliwag and evolve that into Politoad. Let's go find one. It's been like an hour. Where's a Poliwag? Wait, what's this note on the ground? Let's pick it up and see. Poliwag is not in the game. Mother. Hello fellas, it's Swine, and I'm making a video about Pokemon Sword and Shield. So the games did come out rather recently, and I felt like I wanted to review this. Ah yes, Pokemon Sword and Shield, one of the most controversial games of the year. Ever since its inception, people kept criticizing this game, myself included. Things really started to pick up once they announced that the National Dex was not coming back. Oh boy, and bringing back the National Dex was a thing throughout the rest of the year. But right now the games are out, and many people, including myself, have gotten them. So how good are they? Are they worth the $60 price? Did they properly justify the cut National Dex? Well, the only way to find out is to continue watching this video. What? Did you expect me to answer those questions right away? Well anyways, let's get on with the show. So our journey begins in Postwick. They did away with calling towns and cities. You meet your rival Hop, which from first impressions you want to punch in the face. Then you make your way over to Wedgehouse, which you meet the champion Leon, who happens to be Hop's brother. He rocks a Charizard, which happens to slowly become the Pokemon mascot. After some more cutscenes, you go back to Hop's place to get a starter, Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble. I went with Scorbunny because Scorbunny's the best. You beat your rival, and then now you gotta save Wooloo in this enchanting forest in your backyard. We were told not to go into this place. What's the worst that can happen? Uh-oh. I think we're dead. Nah, we don't want a 5-minute game. And then we get to beat some more characters. Oh my, is that really the professor of this game? At least her assistant's pretty chill. They are studying the power of Dynamaxing, which sounds way cooler than it actually is. And with the power of the Wishing Stars, you too can Dynamax, which we will do in a little bit. But first, we need to explore the wild area. Ah yes, the wild area. It's basically one giant map full of Pokemon. Now I have some stuff to say about it though. So you know that you can only catch a certain level of Pokemon depending on how many gem badges you got? This whole thing could have been executed better. Like yeah, I know that they don't want you to try to break the game, but at the same time, what if somebody really wants to use this mon, but they can't because it's too high of a level and they can't find anything lower level? And yes, they can be shiny, so you literally have an opportunity to get a shiny you cannot catch. So why not just add a cap to the levels until you get more gym badges and the cap raises higher and higher? That way it can help with team building and balancing the game. But there's problems with balancing the game itself in this game. These wild areas can make your Pokemon so damn powerful, it's crazy. So you want to go on a catching spree, right? Well, you spend like 20 to 30 minutes catching mons. Now you have a million EXP raising items and you're 5 levels higher. And the game does not scale with this in mind, but we'll talk about that later. A new addition, or should I say, returning feature in this game, are the technical records. They work like how TMs worked back in generations 1 through 4, meaning they're only one use. And now I know why they don't give some of these moves out early game in most Pokemon games. Plus, the move compatibility is ridiculous. If you want something like a Gyarados with Power Whip, you got it. But I'll go more into detail about this later. Let's go back to the story. The gym challenge, so basically we're going to be up 8 people again. Interesting thing to note, there are version-exclusive gym leaders. Now that you get introduced to the characters, it's time to take on the gym challenge. Before you venture off to the first gym, you gotta meet the evil team, Team Yell. Now here's something I can praise about this game. I really like Team Yell. They're just bumbly idiots who do all this crazy stuff over one girl. And they go really far distances as well. And what about Marnie? She's a character you originally think is super edgy, but over time she developed into an actually interesting character. This is a similar case with Hop, although with Hop he can be an annoying sometimes. And then there's Bede. He might be my least favorite of the 3 rivals, but I don't hate him necessarily. And his presence to the story is only minimal. So you do the Gym Leader Challenge, you fight Team Yell a bunch, and then you get to the Elite Four. Or should I say, the replacement to the Elite Four. Spoilers if you haven't played the game yet. I'll give y'all a couple seconds to prepare. You've been warned. It's not the Elite Four. Instead, it's the tournament arc. Head to head with Marnie and Hop. And then all the gym leaders and you have to fight it out. Well, not the fairy one, because Bede ended up doing it bad. Oh, what's this? The climax of the game? So you suspect something is wrong, so you and Team Yell have to go stop it. It's pretty hilarious team up with these guys. Some fights later, you get to the top of the tower, where Chairman Rose and Leon are talking. We have to stop the Day of Darkness. You have 1,000 years, can't we wait till after the tournament? No! Well, screw you too. And then after the tournament and when you're about to fight the champion, guess what, Leon? The Day of Darkness reigns upon us. How stupid could this guy be? I just want to talk about the climax real quick. Chairman Rose is an idiot. He wants to do something that'll happen 1,000 years in the future when Pokemon are going to be a lot stronger than they are now, and Leon is trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Like he's telling you, we can wait until after the tournament. Why not wait until after the tournament? Or better yet, just don't do this thing at all. Does the end really justify the means? Of course it doesn't. You have plenty of time. You have a millennia to do this, but you choose to do it now. But yeah, it happens. You have to defeat a legendary and catch it, and then you fight the champion. Chairman Rose gets arrested because he's so much of an idiot. This is one of the worst climaxes in Pokemon history ever. Like, I know you need to shoehorn the legendary into the plot, but Jesus, this is horrible. And then there's the post-game story. If you thought that climax was bad, look at the names of these characters. Swordward and Shieldbert. Swordward and Shieldbert. Are you serious, Game Freak? So we got this post-game story that we need to make. What do you think we should name these two characters? Why not something like Swordward and Shieldbert? Genius! You are a genius. You're getting promoted. Wait, that was a joke. It's too late now. It's official! They are royalty, and they're claiming that everything you know about the legendary Pokemon is wrong, with facts and logic. Just kidding, they're just stupid idiots. Like, they both nearly get themselves killed. That's how stupid they are. But as the champion, you stop to save the day by catching the legendary, or fainting it. And the day is saved once again, and that's all the post-game you're getting from this game. Besides the Battle Tower, there really isn't much to do. When is there going to be another Pokemon game with an actually good post-game? Because ever since Generation 6, it's been bare bones. I miss the multiple battle towers you can do. I miss the Pokemon World Tournament. When are you going to bring those back, Game Freak? I want an exciting post-game for once. Alright, spoiler part over. For anybody who kept listening on, and for people who clicked on the timestamp, let's talk about some of the things I really like about this game. I adore the trainer customization. I chose a female Pokemon trainer, so this is a lot more of a pro to the female than the male, because male, kinda lacking still. You get all these colors for the hair finally. And some for the eyes, which honestly they really should have just been hair colors. And there's some pretty cool clothing options. Still not amazing, but still an improvement over Gen 7. Raid battles are so fun with friends. Your goal is to take down this one giant Pokemon, and with the max raid battles, things can get pretty exciting. You got some Pokemon with really good IVs, you got some really good technical records, hidden abilities even. Raid battles is one of the few things that can keep you excited, even after you beat the game. And it can also be a gateway to competitive battling. And speaking of competitive battling, it's gonna be really interesting this generation. So you got a lot of craziness, like Pokemon like Weavile and Bisharp not having access to Pursuit or Knockoff. And then there's Pokemon like Aegislash who's gonna get banned really soon. The Dex cut may offer a lot less variety than the previous gen, and Pokemon like Ferrothorn and Toxapex still being a thing. I look forward to seeing how competitive battling is gonna go, even if I'm not really that hardcore of a competitive player myself. Let's talk about bring back National Dex. The big Pokemon controversy of 2019. What are my thoughts about it? It's not that big of a bother, although it can be annoying to some. If you're using the complaint about not being able to use a mon on your main team, that argument really holds no water. Because in every Pokemon game, there's certain Pokemon you cannot catch until post-game. A prominent example being Pokemon Black and White 1. You can't catch any of your old favorites until post-game. Black and White 1 is telling you, hey, try out our new Pokemon. And to be honest, it'd be really cool if they do this again. Just have a Pokemon game with an entirely fresh new Pokedex. That way it can give us all a fresh new experience. For using your favorite Pokemon in the main game, you could use the argument, yeah, I could trade my mon so I can use it throughout the adventure. And I say, really? You don't want to try out these cool new Pokemon? But a part of me can see where you're coming from. Like, yeah, it definitely sucks that you can't use your favorite Pokemon, and that could potentially be a make or break deal. But if you do plan on getting the game, you have to come to terms with it. But that's all I really have to say about it. I highly doubt the National Dex is ever coming back. So the only thing I can do now is see how things can go from here. Alright, let's talk about the negatives. The game's difficulty. This is my biggest problem with the game. As fancy as the title as being a gym leader is, this surely isn't going to be a hard challenge, right? Good one. These gym leaders are easy. Some of them don't even have 4 moves on their Pokemon. And they're even the later gym leaders. The movesets themselves lack a lot of coverage. So if you only got one Pokemon that is super effective against the type, chances are you're going to be steamrolling through the gym. And you know about the wild area I talked about earlier? If you do even a little bit of catching in the wild area, you will be overleveled. In fact, that's another issue I have with the game. You can catch wild Pokemon in the same area as trainers, and they're higher level than them. Even gym leaders too. And we're not talking about the wild area, we're talking about the basic ass routes. At least give me some sort of challenge. In fact, the only battle I lost was the champion. And that's because of 2 things. 1, how much the level curved from the last fight. And 2, his team actually has proper coverage. Other than that, I beat the rest of the game without blocking out once. Like, the difficulty of this game could allow for a lot more accessibility, but man, they kinda went overboard with it. And also from before, no post-game whatsoever. So would I recommend this game? The game is pretty fun still, even with its flaws. It's still a pretty good experience. If you're a Pokemon fan, you'll surely get a kick out of this game. The story is decent for the most part, the characters are fun and enjoyable, raid battles are absolutely amazing, and there's a bunch of customization for your trainer. So yeah, I would recommend it if you're willing to spend $60. If you're looking to get into Pokemon, I wouldn't say this game is a horrible choice. It's pretty accessible, so you can get into the ease of the game pretty easily. If you're on the fence about the game, maybe this video could make you come to a conclusion. But if you're not a Pokemon fan, don't get it. There definitely won't be anything that will blow your expectation. But yeah, that's all the things I have to say about this game. Thank you all for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you made it this far, feel free to like the video, and comment stuff like your opinion on the video, or constructive criticism, or hate, I don't mind. And most importantly, hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers for the end of the year, so the support is much appreciated. See y'all in the next upload.